The 2020 Class C Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.
COVID-19 preparedness plan. Number 1, we encourage social distancing by spectators inside the park. The size of our ballparks makes this easy to accomplish. Number 2, social distancing of players in dugouts, bullpens, and outside the dugout to the outfield side if needed. Number 3, hand sanitizer available in both dugouts and at the concession stand. Number 4, no handshakes, high fives, or unneeded contact of any kind. Number 5, players should avoid sharing gear. Number 6, players will label and bring their own water or sports drink. No water fountains may be used under any circumstance. Number 7, no spitting of any kind. This includes sunflower seeds, chewing tobacco, etc. Number 8, face masks and gloves may be worn by players, fans, and umpires. Number 9, face masks and gloves must be worn by all concession workers. And number 10, umpires can choose to stand behind the catcher or pitcher. Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to Riverside Park for Game 3 of the day and the final weekend, championship weekend of the 2020 Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, Class C. In our nightcap here, we've got Union Hill taking on Young America. At this point, we just do starting lineups, so here we go. Leading off for Union Hill, number 7, the shortstop, Nathan Berg. Batting second baseman, number 46, Jacob Becker. Batting third, number 33, the pitcher DH, Joe Becker. Batting fourth, number 11, the catcher, Nate Lee. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 4, Sam Geeson. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 22, Jack Becker. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 5, Dan Beckius. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 42, Dusty Steinhoff. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 17, Brady O'Neill. Excuse me. Union Hill comes to us as the 3 out of Region 3. This is their third game in the state tournament. They started by defeating Avon 13-7, and then last Friday night they kicked off week 2 by defeating Lamberton 2-1 in extra innings. All right, Young America leading on. Number 4, the second baseman, Isaac Horman. Batting second, the center fielder, number 25, Bryce Panning. Batting third, number 32, the left fielder, Matt Mann. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 20, Rock Whitaker. Batting fifth, number 6, the catcher, Hunter Rickaby. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 3, Barrett Panning. Batting seventh, number 24, the first baseman, Josh Lenz. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 42, Cole Peters. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 2, Blake Pistolka. And pitching for the Cardinals, number 27, Dylan Whitaker. This is Young America's second game here at State, being the region champion from Region 7. They defeated Laverne last weekend here 5-4. Alrighty. The theme today is great baseball. Let's keep it up. Play ball.
I second that notion. Welcome everyone to Springfield, Minnesota at Riverside Park and our coverage of the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament here on PrepSpotlight.tv. I'm Ryan Phelps, pleased to have you with us on a beautiful Saturday evening here in southern Minnesota. We've had 2 great games so far here today. It started off with Fairmont defeating Jordan 7-5, and then a 13-inning gem as Bird Island edges Watkins by a score of 1-0. That game is important to these 2 teams here today, Union Hill and Young America, Game 3 of our triple-header. The winner of this game gets Bird Island tomorrow at 3 o'clock in Milroy in the state quarterfinals. The semifinals are tomorrow night at 6 in Springfield and Milroy. The championship game on Monday at 1 o'clock here in Springfield. We'll have the call for you here on PrepSpotlight.tv. Alex Berg is our photographer. My name is Ryan Phelps. The other voice you hear is Marty Brandel, the PA announcer, and we are just about to get started here with our first pitch. Union Hill, the visitors, will bat first. Young America starting in the field. First pitch in there for a strike at 6:44 p.m. Game time temp 75 degrees and partly cloudy skies here in southern Minnesota. Second pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 is the count. Dylan Whitaker on the hill for the Young America Cardinals. He's facing the shortstop, Berg, and a pitch high for a ball. One and two the count here, just underway. Top of 1. Breaking ball, swung at, strike 3, 1 away here, top of 1. Union Hill, the visitors, batting first in black
Batting
jerseys with
second
white
baseman,
pants,
number
trimmed in
46,
red.
Jacob Becker.
Young America in their whites with red and black trim out in the field. We'll look at the lineups here in a moment as Becker comes to the plate. He's the second baseman. Hunter Rickaby behind home plate for Young America. Again, dealing on the mound is Dylan Whitaker. That pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. The infield for Young America, Rock Whitaker at third, Blake Pistolka at short, Isaac Horman at second, Josh Lenz at first. Swung on and missed, strike 2, 1-2 the count. The outfield, in left, Matt Mann. In center is Bryce Panning, and in right is Cole Peters. Berg Becker and Joe Becker, the pitcher, due up here in the first inning. This one chopped foul. This at the plate is Jacob Becker, the second baseman. So one away with a 1-2 count now to Becker. Whitaker kicks and fires, hit to the left side for Pistolka. Scoops on the run and throws to first just in time to retire Becker for out number 2. Nice scoop and throw by Blake Pistolka for out number 2. And that brings the pitcher,
Batting third,
Joe Becker.
the pitcher, number 33, Joe Becker.
Also the designated hitter. Just 9 in the batting lineup for Union Hill. First pitch in there for a strike. That one low and away. Union Hill located on Highway 19, just west of New Prague, between New Prague and US 169. That one's in the dirt for a ball. 2-1. Neat little town, a beautiful ballpark right on the hill on the flat highway of 19, west of New Prague. This one hit right up the middle. Horman is there for the scoop, the throw to first, and out number 3. And the Bulldogs are down in order. Coming up next, the Cardinals take to the plate. We're through a half an inning in a scoreless game here in Springfield.
After one half inning. Thank you for patronizing our concession stand. We have all kinds of great
Back
food,
here in
hot
Springfield,
eats, and,
Minnesota,
food
Ryan
beverages
Phelps
to
on
take
Prep
care of everything you might need
Spotlight.tv.
there.
Pleased to have you with us.
Merchandise this
Due up
weekend is
for Young
discounted,
America
so
here in
if
the
there's
first
something
inning,
you've had
Isaac
your eye on,
Horman,
a
Bryce
shirt, a
Panning,
sweatshirt, a
and Matt
hat,
Mann. The
make
rest of the
sure
order,
that you
Rock
get down there
Whitaker,
and get
Hunter
that as
Rickaby,
soon as
Barrett
possible,
Panning,
because,
Josh
when
Lenz,
it's
Cole
gone, it's
Peters,
gone.
and Blake
And
Pistolka.
so you don't
The
wanna
pitcher,
miss out.
Dylan
Make
Whitaker,
sure you swing down,
does
grab some
not bat.
merchandise. Stop by Jay Rickard Bats while you're down there. He's got some cool mugs that are new this week with the state tournament logo. And don't forget to grab a program. They're just $1. $1 this week. They have
Joe
an update
Becker
from
on the
last
mound
weekend.
for
They
Union
have
Hill.
all the
He'll be
scores
dealing for the
and an updated
Bulldogs
bracket
to
and,
start.
an article about the history of amateur
take a
baseball drafting. from
closer look at
postseason
him.
that you might find interesting. Just $1. Make sure you don't leave here without one of those.
As you see the sun setting off in the west, the lights are on here at Riverside Park. We're looking to the northeast. The breeze has shifted throughout the day. It feels like it's coming straight in from center field now. The left field foul pole listed at 342. Left center field 385. Deep center is 452. Over in right center is 370. And the right field foul pole is listed at 318 feet.
Leading off for Young America, number 4, the second baseman, Isaac Horman.
That center field fence is square, a 90-degree angle at 452. That's because this field is shared with the Springfield High School Tigers football team. Sadly, not in action this fall. Bottom of 1, Horman, the second baseman, at the plate. He takes the first pitch for a strike from Joe Becker. Nate Lee behind the plate for the Bulldogs. We'll take a look at the infield here in a moment. The 0-1 pitch from Becker. Breaking ball hit down the third baseline into the glove of Jack Becker. And the throw to first is in time for out number 1. Jack Becker at third, Nathan Berg at short, Jacob Becker at second, Dusty Steinhoff at first.
Number 25, Bryce Panning.
In the outfield, Brady O'Neill in left, Adam Geeson in center, Dan Beckius in right. So Panning now at the plate. Bryce Panning, the center fielder. That pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Becker kicks and fires. On the outside corner this time at the knees for strike 2. It's now 0-2 to Panning. Becker, the 0-2 pitch. Driven right back up the middle. And a one-out single for Panning puts the Cardinals in business here in the bottom of the first.
Batting third.
So Matt Mann, the left fielder,
Matt Mann,
comes to the plate with 1 out and a runner on first in Panning. Becker digs in, checks the runner at first, pitching from the stretch. Kicks and fires. Popped up on the right side. Coming in is Beckius. Out is the second baseman, Becker. Becker reaches up and catches for out number 2. So 2 away as Rock Whitaker comes to the plate.
Batting fourth, third baseman, number 20, Rock Whitaker.
Panning remains on first after the 1-out single. Two away here, bottom 1. Union Hill in the field. The Union Hill Bulldogs and the Young America Cardinals. That pitch off speed inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Becker checks the runner Panning at first and delivers. Outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Here with 2 down, bottom 1. As we're just underway here in Springfield, the round of 16. The winner moves on to tomorrow's quarterfinals against Bird Island. Becker wheels and fires. A runner is going. The throw down to 2 is off the mark. Sliding in safely is Panning with a stolen base. So 1 out and a 3-0 count. First base now open. Panning on second with a stolen base. Whitaker ahead of the count, 3-0. 2 down here. Bottom 1. Becker delivers. That pitch high for a ball. A 4-pitch walk to Whitaker. And that brings up Hunter Rickaby.
Number 6, the catcher, Hunter Rickaby.
So Rickaby comes to the plate with 2 outs and 2 on. Runners on first and second. Panning after the stolen base on second. Whitaker reaches on a 4-pitch walk. Becker checks the sign, checks the runner, and kicks and fires. That pitch high for a ball. 1-0 the count. Breeze picking up here out of the east. Blowing in from the right field fence. That pitch low for a ball. 2-0. 2 on and 2 out. Timeout called as first baseman Dusty Steinhoff goes to chat with Becker. Sun setting behind the trees now. There's a cloud over it now. It won't be a factor much longer. That pitch in there on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1 the count, 2 outs. Bottom 1. Cardinals threatening. Joe Becker on the mound. Checks a runner at second, kicks and fires. Ball. 3-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. The count is now full, 2 down here, bottom 1. Panning on second, Whitaker on first. Rickaby, the catcher, awaiting the 3-2 pitch. As Becker kicks and fires. Driven to right, coming in is Beckius. This one will drop past Beckius. Panning will score. Whitaker rounds third. He's going to score. Heading to third is Rickaby, and he'll be in with a 2 RBI stand-up triple. So 2 runs driven in, and that will likely be called a hit, as Beckius was in on his horse to try to grab that, but he couldn't catch up to it. He went for it, would have been out number 3. Instead, it's a 2 RBI triple for Rickaby. And now Barrett Panning, the DH, comes to the plate. That pitch just inside. No, they're calling it a strike. Must have broke in and wasn't paying attention to where Panning was standing, but he must have been in on that plate. 0-1 the count now. That one's in the dirt, nicely blocked by Nate Lee. One and 1 the count, 2 outs. Becker delivering high to Panning. The 2-1 pitch, foul back. 2-2 now, count even. The runner on third, Rickaby. Scoring Panning and Whitaker on the 2 RBI stand-up triple. Becker kicks and fires, driven down the third baseline, just foul. Just foul. Past the glove of Jack Becker. Two now. 2 away here, bottom 1. Driven down the third baseline again, foul. Nicely scooped by the manager, Adam Kostechka. Count still even at 2-2. 2 away. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Union Hill gets out of the jam. But not till after Young America puts 2 on the board. A 2 RBI triple by Rickaby scores Whitaker and Panning, and we head to the top of the second inning. A 2-0 game here in Springfield on PrepSpotlight.tv.
1 left on base. After 1 inning, Young America. Also, we have volunteers with lanyards on. You can touch base and talk to one of them as well. Speaking of volunteers, holy mollies, thank you so much to all the volunteers here. We'll see you in the 6th inning. when it's pretty impressive with all the people that run out on the field and drag it and make things look great. We've got volunteers all over in the concession stand and you name it. This place is crawling with volunteers. Thank you so much to all those people. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate you very much.
It has indeed been a 3 great weekend stand here in Springfield. Welcome back, everyone. Ryan Phelps here on PrepSpotlight.tv. Gorgeous day for baseball. All day, upper 70s. It's cooling now to the lower 70s, but still just gorgeous. As the lights are on, the sun is setting, just as Kenny Chesney says. Young America scores 2 in the first. They lead 2-0 here as we head to the Union Hill half of the second inning.
Leading off will be the catcher, Nate Lee. Adam Geeson in the on-deck circle. Jack Becker also due up
Leading
for the
off,
Bulldogs.
top of the second, number 11, the catcher, Nate Lee.
Dylan Whitaker dealing for Young America. The Cardinals, the home team, in white. Union Hill, the visitors, in black. And batting here, down a pair on a 2 RBI triple back in the first inning. 2 straight balls, 2-0 the count to the cleanup hitter, Nate Lee. That pitch in there at the knees for a strike. 2-1. Two and two now as he catches the outside corner. Whitaker with 1 strikeout, timeout called, I believe by Nate Lee. So 1 strikeout for Whitaker in the first inning. Fouled back. Count remains 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner for a ball. 3-2 now. The count is full. And Whitaker kicks and fires. Fouled off. That one's up over the concession stand, off the top of it. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the payoff pitch for Whitaker as he sits lead down for out number 1.
Number 4, the center fielder, Adam Geeson.
So Geeson now comes to the plate with 1 away, nobody on. Batting in the 5 spot. Whitaker fires off the inside corner for a ball. Whitaker quickly back to work, misses outside this time. Ball 2, 2-0. So 2-0 the count now. Top of 2, 1 away for the Union Hill Bulldogs. Strike called. Young America, located just west of the Twin Cities, kind of on the western rim on Highway 212. Bounced off the plate, foul for strike 2. 2-2 the count. 1 out here, top of 2. As Whitaker winds and fires. Hit down the third baseline, foul. So Whitaker struck out Berg for out number 1 in the first inning. He gets Lee swinging for out number 1 here in the second inning, and now he's even with the count, 2-2. That pitch low and away. Full count now with 1 out here, second inning. Bulldogs at the plate. Trying to cut into the lead Popped up on the right side. This ball playable. Called off by the first baseman, Lentz, and he makes a sliding catch for out number 2. Beautiful play by the first baseman.
Nice grab. Brings up the third baseman.
A web gem.
Number 22,
Nice grab,
Jack
says
Becker.
Marty Brandel, the PA announcer. So Jack Becker, the third baseman, to the plate now. With 2 away, nobody on for Union Hill here in the top of the second inning. Whitaker, the windup and the pitch. Missed, low and away for a ball. Breaking ball. Got away from him a little bit. 2-0 the count. 2 outs here, top of 2. In a 2-0 game. Whitaker low and away again. Ball 3. 3-0. That one's in there for a strike. At the belt on the inside corner. According to our pitch tracker, which is me from up here. 3-1 pitch from Whitaker. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Full count now, 2 outs, top of 2. Union Hill trying to cut into the 2-0 lead. Payoff pitch. Low and a walk. And a free pass for Becker brings up the right fielder, Beckius.
Number 5, the right fielder, Dan Beckius.
So Beckius comes to the plate with a runner on first in Jack Becker. That pitch low. One out count. Whitaker from the stretch. Low and away for ball 2. Two-0 pitch now from Whitaker. Off the inside corner for ball 3. Whitaker now, 3-0, and a 4-pitch walk, consecutive base on balls for Dylan Whitaker. That brings Steinhoff to the plate. Dusty Steinhoff, the first baseman, and a meeting at the mound. So 2 outs here. A strikeout and a pop out on a beautiful catch by Josh Lenz, the first baseman.
Now batting, first baseman, number 42, Dusty Steinhoff.
Steinhoff comes to the plate with Becker on second, Beckius on first. 2 consecutive walks. And the big Dusty Steinhoff with the right-handed bat, but coming out to the plate is Rickaby. So the first offering from Whitaker to Steinhoff. Strike 1. 0-1 the count now. Runners on first and second. Becker and Beckius. And the 0-1 pitch from Whitaker. In the dirt, ball one. 1-1 now. Whitaker from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike at 2. 1-2 now with 2 away here. Top 2. Young America on a stand-up 2 RBI triple by Rickaby. Lead 2-0. Union Hill threatening here in the second. Strike 3 called. And Whitaker pitches out of the jam. His 3rd strikeout of the day. The Bulldogs leave 2, and we head to the bottom half of the second inning. The Cardinals leading by 2, and coming up to the plate in a moment.
After 1 1/2. Leading off the bottom of the second for Young America, first baseman, number 24, Josh Lenz.
Lenz comes to the plate after the Webb Gem-like catch in the second inning rather, in foul territory. He'll lead things off for the Cardinals. That pitch skipped in the dirt about 3 feet in front of home plate. Joe Becker on the mound for Union Hill. That one off the catcher's mitt. Ball 2, 2-0.
Cole Peters and Blake Pistolka also due up in the inning.
That one on the inside corner for a strike. 2-1 now. To the first baseman, Lenz. Fouled off. 2-2 now. To Lenz, the 7-hitter. Joe Becker winds up and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Second strikeout of the game for Whitaker as he retires Lenz. Cole Peters, the right fielder, now comes to the plate.
Right fielder, number 42, Cole Peters.
Right-handed bat against the right-handed pitcher. A pitch in there for strike 1 at the knees. That one got away from him a little bit. Inside, 1-1 with 1 out here, bottom 2. Hit down the third baseline, foul. Cooling down here now as the sun is setting behind us. Looks like it's officially behind the trees now. The clouds coming in a little bit to the west as well. Becker kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning. Third of the game for Becker.
Now batting, Number 2, the shortstop, Blake Pistolka.
Pistolka in the 9 spot. Comes to the plate with 2 away here, bottom 2. Just 2 spots left in the final 8. Playing in the quarterfinals and semis tomorrow. We'll look at those teams in a moment. Strike 1 to Pistolka in the dirt now. So Fairmont will play Buffalo at noon here in Springfield tomorrow. At 3 o'clock, it'll be Cold Spring versus Bemidji. The winners of those games play in the semis tomorrow here at 6. We'll look at the Milroy bracket in a moment. The 1-1 pitch, high. Bird Island gets the winner of this game. St. Patrick awaits in the other bracket to meet up with Sartell and Bluffton. Those two in action right now as a 2-out single is delivered by Pistolka on the 2-1 pitch from Becker. Hard wrap up the middle. And the Cardinals once again have a runner on.
Second baseman, number 4, Isaac Horman.
So Horman grounded out to third to start the game for Young America. Comes to the plate now, 0-1. Pistolka on second. Horman takes the first offering on the outside corner for a strike. So Bird Island gets the winner of this game. St. Patrick gets the winner of Sartell and Bluffton. They'll play tomorrow at noon. The winner of this game goes to Milroy at 3 to face Bird Island. Runner goes, pitch is high, the throw down to second is very high, into the outfield, and no, he's not going to try for 3. Pistolka hits the brakes. He gets the stolen base on the high throw from Lee. But Geeson doing a nice job of backing up his second baseman. So 1-1 the count. Runner on second in Pistolka. Horman, the leadoff hitter, with a 1-1 count and 2 outs here, bottom 2. Young America scored 2 in the first, looking to add to it here with a runner in scoring position in the second. Driven down the third baseline, foul just off the hand of the third base coach. He gets some friendly jeers from the Cardinal fans. So 1-2 now the count with 2 outs and a runner on second for Horman. Becker kicks and fires in the dirt, 2-2. Count even at 2-2 with 2 away here, bottom 2. Runner on 2 is number 2, Pistolka. That one's low and away. The count is full, first base open. Becker from the stretch, checks the sign, ignores the runner, kicks and fires, popped up on the left side, curling out of play. Becker over, but can't make the catch. It's over the fence on the near side. So just a tall strike. Count remains full at 3-2. Pistolka at second after the single and stolen base. Horman awaits the payoff pitch from Becker. Breaking ball, missed inside. Ball 4. That brings up Bryce Panning, who singled back in the first inning and scored a run.
25, the center fielder, Bryce Panning.
Panning had a nice solid shot up the middle with one out back in the first. He ultimately scored on the triple by Rickaby. He comes to the plate now with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Strike one called. 0-1 the count as Becker deals to Panning. Breaking ball, low and away, ball one. 1-1 the count with 2 outs, bottom 2. 3 hits on the board for the Cardinals in the game. Becker with 3 strikeouts as well. Driven to left, chasing is O'Neill. This one curling foul and lands just left of the stripe. So Pistolka back to second, Horman back to first. 1-2 the count to Panning. Joe Becker checks the runner at second and delivers. Bounce foul. One and two the count, 2 outs here, bottom 2. Breaking ball outside. 2-2 the count. The Young America crowd far outnumbering the Union Hill crowd here in Springfield. The 2-2 pitch. High. 3-2. Third base is open with Pistolka on second, Horman on first. Pistolka singled, Horman walked. Let's not forget the stolen base by Pistolka as well. Full count, 2 outs. And the payoff pitch from Becker. And a walk. The bases are loaded for Matt Mann, the left fielder. After consecutive walks to Horman and Panning. And a conference with Jacob Becker, the second baseman, and Nate Lee, the catcher,
Matt Mann,
chatting with Joe Becker, the pitcher. 2 strikeouts to start the inning, and then single walk. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. Matt Mann, who flew out to second back in the first inning. More of a shot to shallow right, but Becker back to make the catch on that play. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. Driven down the third baseline, foul, and just like that, Mann is behind in the count, 0-2. Umpire's going to clean off home plate. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Mann with the bases loaded. Young America leading 2-0, looking to add to it here, but there's 2 away. Becker with 3 strikeouts so far on the night. Foul. Count remains 0-2. Some extra balls brought out. And another 0-2 pitch from Becker. High and outside. 1-2.
That pitch high and tight. Ball 2. Count even now at 2-2 with 2 away. Bases loaded for Young America. They lead 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Looking to add to it here with their left fielder, Matt Mann. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. Driven to the left side. Becker is there to field. The throw to first. And the Cardinals are out in the second inning. They leave 3. We head to the third. The Cardinals leading the Bulldogs 2-0 here in Springfield on PrepSpotlight.tv.
In the bottom of the second, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. After 2 innings, Young America 2, Union Hill nothing. Be able to play baseball and to host state tournament games here at Riverside Park during this pandemic. However, we need to follow strict rules regarding social distancing and respecting others in the ballpark. If the rules are not followed, the game will be stopped, and we will remind everyone to please respect our social distancing requirements. Overall, the Minnesota Baseball Association is extremely proud of how everyone is working hard to keep people safe, keep our ballparks open so that we can all continue playing, watching, and enjoying baseball. We thank you for your help and support.
Welcome back to Springfield here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Bulldogs. Left fielder, number 17, Brady O'Neill.
So Brady O'Neill batting in the 9 spot. Union Hill Bulldogs in their top half of the third inning coming to the plate, trailing by 2 to the Young America Cardinals. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Ryan Phelps. Pleased that you've joined us here on a beautiful but cooling evening here in southern Minnesota. We've had some great games down here in Springfield, no doubt, over the past 3 weekends. That pitch in there for a strike. 2 straight strikes for Dylan Whitaker on Brady O'Neill, the left fielder. 0-2 the count. This one hit to the right side for Horman. Horman, the second baseman, scoops and throws to first. Lenz squeezes for out number 1 on the 4-3 putout. Back to the top of the order for Nathan Berg, the shortstop.
Number 7, Nathan Berg.
He struck out to start the game in the top of the first for Union Hill. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Strike 2 to Berg. Looking at Union Hill, they got here by defeating Avon 13-7 in their first game 2 weeks ago. They came back last weekend and defeated Lamberton in 10 innings, 2-1. Young America played their first game last week as they had a first-round bye. They defeated Laverne 5-4. Driven to the right side, Lenz is there in foul territory for out number 2. So the number 2 hitter, second baseman Jacob Becker, comes to the plate. He grounded out to short back in the first inning.
The second baseman, Jacob Becker.
So the winner gets Bird Island tomorrow in Milroy. That's game 2 in Milroy. Quarterfinal matchup. So the winners play tomorrow at noon and 3. The winners today and last night. There were a couple games last night as well. They play tomorrow at noon and 3 in the quarterfinals. Semifinals are tomorrow night. One here in Springfield, one in Milroy. The championship is in Springfield at 1 o'clock here on Labor Day, Monday, September 7th. The 1-1 pitch from Whitaker. Bounced up the middle. Pistolka, the shortstop, cannot scoop and throw. And I believe that'll be called a hit, the first one of the game for Union Hill. It's a 2-out single.
Gotta love the sounds of Town Ball, Minnesota. The train in the outfield here, just beyond the outfield fence. You can't see it from where we're at. I can kind of see it poking through way down the left field line over here, but just like we see at so many parks. We had Jordan here today. Earlier they lost 7-5 to Fairmont. Their mini match has a train in the outfield. So many gems, so many beautiful parks all across Minnesota. Union Hill, one of them. Young America's got a great park. 1-1 the count now to Becker. Joe Becker, the pitcher, trying to help his own cause here with 2 outs. Top of 3. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Jacob Becker, the second baseman, retreating back to first. He had the infield single with 2 outs. Whitaker with 2 Ks so far in the game. 2 outs here. He's ahead of the count now, 1-2. The runner started to go and then fell, driven to center. Panning is there, puts up the glove, squeezes for out number 3, and the Bulldogs are down here in the 3rd. They get 1 hit and leave 1 on. We head to the bottom half of the inning with the Cardinals leading the Bulldogs 2-0.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Head to the bottom of the 3rd. Young America leads 2-0. Leading off the bottom of the 3rd for the Cardinals, 3rd baseman, number 20, Rock Whitaker.
Back here in Springfield, getting set for the bottom of the 3rd. The cleanup hitter who reached on a walk back in the 1st inning, Rock Whitaker, comes to the plate. First pitch from Joe Becker, a strike. Enjoyed the soothing tones of Marty Brandel, the PA announcer here, working hard as all the volunteers are. They've done such a great job over the past 3 weekends to bring us here to the final championship weekend. This is still the round of 16. Quarterfinals tomorrow, quarterfinals and semifinals tomorrow. This one popped up on the right side, might be playable. Lee is back, and it hit off the fence. He nearly had it. He caught it off the bar. So 2 strikes now to Whitaker. But this is our 3rd and final weekend. Championship weekend, the semis, quarters and semis tomorrow, championship on Monday. Unfortunately, Monday we're expecting 55 and rain. Hard to follow today and tomorrow. Today is perfect. This one driven to left. O'Neill is in. He'll call forward and left and reach up and put it away for out number 1. That'll bring Hunter Rickaby, the catcher,
Hunter Rickaby,
to the plate with 1 away. Rickaby tripled, a 2 RBI triple on a pop-up to right that was
Charged at by Beckius. Went underneath the diving almost catch. Rickaby, I think, wanted to take first. Thought he might have gotten grazed. Instead, it's a ball, 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. That pitch high and tight. 2-1 the count. Becker kicks and fires, low and away for a ball. 3-1 now with 1 out. Here, bottom 3. Check swing and a ball. 5-pitch walk, 1 out, and a runner on first in Rickaby. Brings the DH Barrett Panning to the plate.
Designated hitter, number 3, Barrett Panning.
So Panning struck out to end the first inning with Rickaby on third. Now with 1 away, Rickaby on first. Panning comes to the plate. That pitch high. 1-0 the count. Becker from the stretch. Checks Rickaby over at first. Strike 1. Catches the outside corner. 1-1 now the count. Here with 1 out, bottom 3rd. Cardinals scored 2 in the first on Rickaby's triple. Now he's on first after the walk. Panning at the plate, awaits the 1-1 pitch, but it's thrown over to Steinhoff. Rickaby slides back safely. Joe Becker from the stretch. Misses low and away. 2-1. Becker fires a 2-1 pitch inside and handcuffed the batter Panning. That'll even the count at 2-2. Becker delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The 4th strikeout for Joe Becker of Union Hill.
First baseman,
2 away.
24, Josh Lenz.
And Josh Lenz, who struck out back in the 2nd inning, comes to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. Similar to our game, our last game that went 13 innings. Bluffton and Sartell scoreless in the 8th over in Milroy. One ball, no strikes. 2 away, Becker on the breaking ball, catches the outside corner for a strike. The Bluffton Braves and the Sartell Muskies playing over in Milroy. The winner gets St. Patrick tomorrow in Milroy at noon. Becker pitching to Lenz up the middle off the glove, and that'll reach safely. Rounding second and heading for third is Rickaby. His slides in safely, and a 2-out single puts runners on the corners for Young America.
A sharply hit ball off the glove of Becker.
Now batting, right fielder, number 42, Cole Peters.
Cole Peters comes to the plate.
Peters struck out in the second inning. Now with runners on the corners, Rickaby at third, Lenz at first. Runner goes to second, the fake throw, and he'll slide in safely.
So Rickaby at second now. Runners at second and third. Excuse me, Lenz at second now. Rickaby at third.
Rickaby reached on a walk and advanced to third on the Lenz single. Lenz now on second after the stolen base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's low for a ball, and now a meeting at the mound with Nate Lee and Joe Becker. The 1-1 pitch, 2 away here, bottom 3 from Becker. Breaking ball in there for a strike on Peters. Young America scored 2 in the first, looking to add more here with 2 outs in the third. That pitch low in the dirt. Peters steps out of the way. Lenz single off the glove of Becker. Moved Rickaby to second, then to third, and actually I should say he rounded second and immediately went to third. Now a 2-2 pitch with 2 away. Chopped at to third. Becker is there. The long throw to first is in time.
And Union Hill gets out of the jam here in the third. Young America leaves 2, and after 3, we head to the fourth in a 2-0 game here in Springfield.
For the Cardinals in the third, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. Leading off the fourth for Union Hill, the catcher, number 11, Nate Lee.
Back here in Springfield, top of 4 with Union Hill at the plate. Nate Lee, the catcher, batting. He looks at a first pitch ball. Lee struck out to start the second inning, and he's now even with the count at 1-1. Two and 1 the count now with Whitaker dealing for Young America. Whitaker with 3 strikeouts, giving up just 1 hit in 3 innings. Check swing to the left side. Pistolka up with the throw is in time for out number 1. Nice play by Blake Pistolka, the shortstop. And that'll bring the center fielder, Geeson.
Number 4, the center fielder, Adam Geeson.
Still scoreless in the bottom of the 8th with Bluffton and Sartell over in Milroy. Strike one to Geeson. 0-1 the count with one away here, top of 4. This one popped up high in the air. Whitaker calling for it. No, it's going to be Pistolka, and he'll tuck it away for out number 2. Whitaker working quickly in this one.
Brings up the third baseman, number 22, Jack Becker.
Jack Becker, who popped up to first on a nice sliding catch by the first baseman, Lenz, back in the 2nd inning. Comes to the plate with 2 outs here, top of 4. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Whitaker kicks and fires low. That'll even things at 1-1. Strike called at the knees. 1-2 now with 2 outs here, top of 4. The 1-2 pitch outside in the dirt off the backstop and back into the glove of Rickaby. He'll switch with the ump and toss a fresh one out to Dylan Whitaker. Two-two pitch, breaking ball, hit to short. Pistolka is there. He's up with the throw and out number 3. Pistolka responsible for all 3 putouts in the inning. 6-3, a fly out to short, and a 6-3 to end the 4th inning here for Union Hill.
Pistolka busy at short.
Young America coming to bat next in the bottom half of the 4th inning. They lead 2-0. Alex Berg, our photographer, had the chicken strips tonight for dinner. I had the burger with fried onions. Both were fantastic. I think he had onion rings. I had the fries. Good stuff all around. You do enough games here, you got to sample some of the concessions in the local fare. Bottom of the 4th. Pistolka, the 9-hitter, leading off for Young America. He'll take a first pitch strike from Joe Becker. Union Hill's starting pitcher, breaking ball, misses inside. One and one the count now to Pistolka. That pitch high and tight. Pistolka singled back in the 2nd inning and stole a base. Two and one the count. 3-1 the count. It's a green light pitch for the Cardinals shortstop, Pistolka. And he takes it on the outside corner for a strike. Quite an inning defensively. He had a couple of 6-3 putouts and a pop-out to him. So he's responsible for all 3 outs defensively. He leads off now with a full count and the payoff pitch from Becker. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's strikeout number 5 for Joe
Back to
Becker.
the top of the order. Number 4, the second baseman, Isaac Horman.
Horman grounded out to third back in the first inning. He walked in the second, was ultimately stranded there. Joe Becker kicks and fires. Low and away for a ball. Popped up on a play. 1-1 now. With one out here, bottom 4. Becker kicks and fires. Bunt shown. He lays it down, but foul. So Horman down in the count now, 1-2. With one away here, bottom 4. His Young America Cardinals leading 2-0 on 2 first-inning runs. Panning and Whitaker both scored on the Rickaby 2 RBI triple to right. 1-2 the count here with one away as Becker fires outside. 2-2. Becker delivers. Hit up the middle to Berg at short. He scoops and throws for out number 2. So Horman is retired, and that'll bring Panning, the center fielder, to the plate.
Center fielder, number 25, Bryce Panning.
Panning has reached both times he's been at the plate. He singled back in the first inning and scored a run. He walked in the second, was stranded at first. He comes to the plate now, nobody on, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Joe Becker delivers outside for a ball. Over in Milroy, Bluffton just pitched out of a bases-loaded jam to keep it a scoreless game. So 0-0 still over in Milroy heading into the 9th inning. This one hit up the middle. Becker is there. Jacob up with the throw, and it's not in time. Nice play by Jacob Becker, but not in time to get Panning. So he's aboard with an infield 2-out single, and that'll bring Whitaker to the plate.
Fielder, number 32, Matt Mann.
Excuse me, Mann. Whitaker is in the on-deck circle. Matt Mann at the plate after the 2-out single. Just glancing at the other game over in Milroy, as a runner goes, hit to center. Geeson is in, and he's there to make the catch as he tucks it away for out number 3. Here we head to the 5th inning. Over in Milroy, they're in the 9th. They're scoreless. Here, Young America leads Union Hill 2-0 as we head to the 5th on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Left on base. off the top of the 5th, right fielder, number 5, Dan Beckius.
Back here in Springfield, Beckius, the right fielder, leading off. He walked back in the second inning. Was ultimately stranded at first, part of back-to-back walks with 2 outs in that second inning. Dylan Whitaker dealing for Young America. This one driven up the middle and just past the glove of Horman, and a leadoff single for Beckius. And so that'll bring Steinhoff, the first baseman, to the plate.
First baseman, number 42, Dusty Steinhoff.
Steinhoff struck out looking to end the 2-walk, 2-on threat in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Now comes to the plate with a runner on first and nobody out. Bunt shown. He lays it down. Bounces, and the only throw is to first. And the fielder's choice makes for out number 1. So the sacrifice moves Beckius over to second base.
Brings up the left fielder, number 17, Brady O'Neill.
Brady O'Neill grounded out to second back in the third inning. He comes to the plate with 1 out and a runner on second in Beckius. That pitch low and away. One and 0 the count now to O'Neill from Dylan Whitaker. Strike 1. 1-1 with 1 out and a runner on second. Top of 5 here in Springfield. Young America, the home team, there in the field, leading 2-0 over Union Hill. Batting in black, 1 out and a runner on 2, and timeout called. And now Whitaker digs in from the stretch. And the 1-1 pitch. Low. And away, ball 2. It's 2-1. 4 hits on the board for Young America, 2 for Union Hill. Where it counts, it's 2-0 Cardinals. But Union Hill threatening here in the 5th. Ball 3, 3-1. With 1 out and Beckius on second. And strike 2 called. Full count now, 3-2 to O'Neill. 1 out and a runner on second in Beckius after the sharply hit single and then a sacrifice bunt by Steinhoff. Just 1 away. And called, third strike on the outside corner. Retires O'Neill, there's 2 away. You can tell O'Neill did not appreciate that call.
Nathan Bird.
Bird now comes to the plate with 2 outs. He struck out and he lined out to first. He's 0 for 2, but now has a runner in scoring position with 2 away. That pitch in the dirt, nicely blocked by Rickaby. One and 0 the count now. Whitaker fires. Going away for a ball, 2-0. Two-0 pitch now from Whitaker to Berg. Fouled off, 2-1.
There's a bunch of kids out in the parking lot going to shag that ball. Ended up underneath the car. 2-1 now the count. To the leadoff hitter Berg. 2 outs and Beckius is on second. Timeout called. Berg, the shortstop, hits in the leadoff spot. In the dirt. 3-1. So a 3-1 count now from Whitaker to Berg. 2 outs and a runner on second. And a walk. Runners on first and second now as Becker comes to the plate, the second baseman.
Second baseman, number 46, Jacob Becker.
Jacob Becker singled back in the third inning on a sharp hit to short. Grounded out to short back in the first inning. So he's 1 for 2. Now with runners on first and second, 2 outs here, top of 5. Oof, that one's tight. But a ball. Over in Milroy, they're in the bottom of the ninth, scoreless game. They're in the same side of the bracket as these two teams. A big swing and a miss, strike one. 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second here, top of 5. Union Hill trailing but threatening here and there for half of the 5th inning. Whitaker kicks and fires, low and away. Ball 2, 2-1. So 2-1 the count. Beckius on second, Berg at first. That one's in there for a strike, 2-2. So Beckius singled with the leadoff single. Steinhoff bunted him over to second. Sack bunt, that was out number 1. O'Neill struck out. Berg reached on a walk. Here we are, 2-2 with 2 outs. Fouled off. Count remains 2-2 to Jacob Becker. Becker 1-2 on the night. He could deliver a big hit for his team here to try to cut into the 2-0 lead. Whitaker from the stretch, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, it's in the dirt. They're gonna make the throw to first. And it's just in time for the putout. Union Hill down here in the 5th. We head to the bottom half of the inning. Young America coming to the plate, leading 2-0 here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
For the Bulldogs in the 5th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 5th, still 2-0. Hey, huge thank yous go out again to our tournament co-chairs, Steve Helgett and Dale Lumber-Lindmeyer. Also to all the Springfield Baseball Association and the entire baseball community from Springfield and surrounding areas. I've seen people from teams all around the area, and it's just so awesome to see this incredible effort come together for pretty awesome state tournament. Also, a group that I have not thanked, but I really should thank more, is the Minnesota State Baseball Association board. Those guys are around here all the time, and we really appreciate them as well. Thank you.
Back here in Springfield, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Young America coming to the plate. They lead 2-0. Joe Becker continues to deal on the hill for Union Hill. Young America will lead off with Whitaker. He reached on a walk and scored back in the first inning and flew out to left back in the third.
At the bottom of the fifth for the Cardinals, third baseman, number 20, Rock Whitaker.
So Whitaker, followed by Rickaby and Panning, here due up in the fifth inning for the Cardinals. As Becker kicks and fires, breaking ball, catches the inside corner for a strike. Two spots to fill yet in the state quarterfinals tomorrow. This one driven down the third baseline, foul into the Bulldogs dugout. Bluffton and Sartell scoreless in the bottom of the ninth over in Milroy. Here, Young America leading Union Hill 2-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Young America batting. That pitch outside, 1-2 now to Whitaker. And it looks like they're heading for extra innings over in Milroy. To the 10th they go, still scoreless. Two and two the count now. To Whitaker, who's officially 0 for 1 with a fly out, a walk, and a run scored. Fouled off. Remains 2 and 2. Joe Becker with 5 strikeouts on the night. He's given up 2 runs on 4 hits for Union Hill. And ball 3. Full count now to Whitaker, the leadoff hitter here in the fifth for Young America. And a walk to Whitaker, his second of the game. And the Cardinals have the leadoff hitter on.
Walk brings up the catcher, number 6, Hunter Rickaby.
So Rickaby with the 2 RBI triple back in the first inning. He also walked and was stranded on third in the third. Whitaker on first, nobody out here, bottom 5. Winner of this game gets Bird Island tomorrow. Bunt shown, but missed. Strike 1. Bird Island versus the winner here tomorrow at 3 in Milroy. The winner over there in Milroy will play St. Patrick tomorrow at noon in Milroy. Bunt shown, missed. Strike 2. Bluffton and Sartell, the 2 teams competing. They're in the top of the 10th, 0-0. We had a 0-0 game through 12 innings before Bird Island won it in the 13th. That was a fantastic game. That was the last game we had. If you get a chance, go back and watch the archive of that one. The pitching was just terrific. The losing pitcher was the star of the game, Matt Geislinger of Watkins. Pitched 12 plus innings. Well, he pitched 13, but pitched 12 of them scoreless. That was after 2 consecutive complete game shutouts in this tournament already. So he pitched 29 straight shutout innings here in this tournament before giving up 1 run, and his team is out. 1-2 the count now to Rickaby. Hit to the right side. This one may get through. No, sliding to make the play is Becker. No, it got by him. Rounding second, heading to third is Whitaker. He slides in, and it gets away from the third baseman, and he's going to try for home. There's going to be a play at the plate. The tag, no! He's safe, and Whitaker makes it 3-0. Rickaby on the single all the way over to third, and it's 3-0 Young America. What a play! And we'll have to see. It's an E4, so not even a single, not even a hit for Rickaby. But he gets the RBI, his third run batted in today. It scores Whitaker from first, and they're going to count 2 errors on that play. So Whitaker scores all the way from first. What a play. Rickaby ends up on third. And so there's an E4, and there might be 2 E4s, one on the bobbled play, on the hit, and then on the throw.
Panning.
So Panning, the DH, has 2 strikeouts on the night. He's 0 for 2. Rickaby at third. Nobody out here. Bottom of 5. Strike 1. Boy, what a play. You don't see that too often. Whitaker hustling all the way from first. Breaking ball inside. 1-1 the count. Nobody out here, bottom 5. Rickaby on third, Panning, the DH, at the plate. That one's in the dirt. 2-1. So 2-1 the count now from Becker to Panning. That one is high, 3-1. Panning likely getting the green light here with a runner on third, and Rickaby right down the middle. I take it back. He watched that one go by for a strike. 3-2 now with 2 outs. Actually, bigger pardon, 2 strikes. Full count with nobody out. Runner on third. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 3 strikeouts for Panning in the game, and that's out number 1. That's the 6th strikeout of the game for Joe Becker of Union Hill.
Josh Lenz.
Josh Lenz is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. He was stranded on second to end the 3rd inning. He comes to the plate with 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th, and Rickaby on third. Strike 1. Tell you, sometimes you just have it. Rickaby, the catcher, he had the triple that scored 2 runs in the first. Well, that ball was hit in front of Dan Beckius, as that one's in the dirt, 1-1. If Beckius sits back, it lands in front of him, and he grabs onto it, and it's a single. Likely no run score, because it was shallow hit ball. And I don't think that Panning, who was at second, would have scored on the play. May have, but doubtful in my eyes. That pitch high for a ball, 2-1. So he gets the 2 RBI triple on a gamble by Beckius. And then here in this inning, Becker comes in on a ball hit to the deep hole in behind second, or between first and second. It's misplayed by Becker. Rickaby goes to second. Whitaker goes from first to second to third. Bad throw. He'll come home, slides and beats the throw. Strike 2 now. And Rickaby ends up on third base. So 2 plays that likely would have been at best singles were misplayed. And now Rickaby with 3 runs batted in. That pitch inside for a walk. So runners on the corners now with 1 away. And that brings Peters to the plate.
Right fielder, number 42, Cole Peters.
Peters at the plate with runners at first and third, and Lenz and Rickaby. There's a run scored and runners at the corners with no hits in this inning. Over in Milroy, they're headed to the bottom of the 10th in a scoreless game. Runner goes, popped up the right side. Steinhoff calls for it. Hustling back is Lenz, and he reaches first safely. Steinhoff tucks it away for out number 2. So Pistalka.
Shortstop, number 2, Blake Pistalka.
Pistalka 1 for 2. He's got a single and a stolen base to go with a strikeout. He'll come to the plate with runners at first and third and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Becker on the mound, fires. This one hit to the right side. It's in foul territory, and it's going to land behind Steinhoff. So strike 1, 0-1 the count. Runners return to their bases. Rickaby at third, Lenz at first, 2 outs and an 0-1 count to the 9-hitter shortstop Pistalka. Runner goes, and no throw is in the dirt, and up with the throw was Lee, but he bobbled it. So a stolen base for Lenz. Runners on second and third now with 2 outs. Two strikes to Pistalka. The count is 0-2. Becker from the windup. Oh, it hit him right in the head. Pistalka hit on the helmet, and he'll walk down to first base. Looks a little angry, but no worse for the wear. The umpire wants the manager to chat with him a little bit. Make sure he's cool and make sure he's okay.
The second baseman, Isaac Horman.
So bases are loaded for Isaac Horman. He's 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs, but he did walk to reach in the second inning. He was stranded at second. But Young America threatening now. Bases loaded, they lead by 3. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And he looks at ball 1 in the dirt. Rickaby at third, Lenz at second, Pistalka at first after getting 1 off the bean. And Horman takes the 1-0 pitch, drives it to right field. Beckius chasing, he's under it, and he puts it away for out number 3. Threat averted for Union Hill and pitcher Joe Becker, but Young America adds 1. They lead 3-0 as we head to the 6th here in Springfield.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Martell
Joe
scoreless
Becker.
heading into the top of the 11th inning. Here in Springfield, it's Young America 3, Union Hill nothing. Welcome back, everyone. Ryan Phelps here to start off the 6th for Union Hill. It's the pitcher, Joe Becker. He's 0 for 2. Bounces one back to Whitaker. He backtracks and throws over to first. So one pitch and one out as Becker is retired on the 1-3 putout. That brings the catcher, Nate
number
Lee.
11, Nate Lee.
He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to short. Dylan Whitaker dealing with 5 strikeouts. Becker with 6 for Union Hill. Oh, and that one hit him. That one caught him on the arm. So we had a hit batter. Blake Pistolka, the shortstop, was hit in the head for
Number
Young
4,
America last
the
inning.
center fielder, Adam Geeson.
Now Lee for Union Hill takes one off the arm. Geeson comes to the plate. Pop out to first, pop out to short. He's 0 for 2. Comes to the plate now with a runner on first and one out here in the top of the 6th. And he looks at strike one. Strike 2 called. So far for Whitaker, as I mentioned, he's got 5 strikeouts, given up no runs on 2 hits, 0 fielding errors behind him. That pitch high and tight for a ball, 1-2. He's given up 3 walks and 1 hit batter. Breaking ball did not break enough, and it was high. 2-2 now with 1 away. Top of 6, Union Hill in need of some runs. They've got a runner on first, 1 out, but nothing on the board so far. They trail Young America 3-0. Hit to the left side. Pistolka is there, over to 2 for 1. The relay throw, no, not in time. So Geeson reaches on the fielder's choice as Lee is retired at second on the 6-4 putout. 2 outs, and Becker comes to the plate.
Brings up the third baseman.
The third baseman,
number 22,
Jack Becker.
Becker.
Two away now, the runner at first. Geeson has replaced Lee. That pitch low, just above the shoestrings for a ball. They're heading to the bottom of the 11th over in Milroy, still 0-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. It's 1-1 now with 2 outs here, top of 6. Runner goes, pitch is low, the throw from Rickaby way into the outfield. Sliding in safely is Geeson. He's got a stolen base. And now a runner in scoring position for Union Hill. 2 balls and 1 strike to the batter Becker. 2 outs here, top of 6. Geeson takes a big lead at second. Whitaker from the stretch ignores the runner and delivers. This one popped up on the right side. Lentz, we've already seen a beautiful play from him in this game in foul territory, and he tucks away another one for out number 3. The Bulldogs threaten here in the 6th, but they leave one on as we head to the bottom half of the inning. It's 3-0 Young America here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Left on base. Head to the bottom of the 6th. Young America 3, Union Hill nothing. So happy to to be able to play baseball and to host state tournament games here at Riverside Park during this pandemic. However, we need to follow strict rules regarding social distancing and respecting others in the ballpark. If the rules are not followed, the game will be stopped, and we will remind everyone to please respect our social distancing.
We want to thank you for joining us here in Springfield on PrepSpotlight.tv and in Milroy for the Class C tournament. Great baseball action at both parks for 3 straight weekends. And we can't thank you enough for joining us here for our coverage on PrepSpotlight.tv. We continue from Union Hill. New pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs, it looks like, as we get a closer look at him. And funny story, the printer here in the press box ran out of ink, so we have no roster other than the starters. So we'll have to hear the PA announcer Marty Brandel tell us who's pitching for Union Hill.
Now pitching for the Bulldogs, draftee number 6, Jeremy Heitkamp from St. Benedict. Leading off, number 25, the center fielder, Bryce Manning.
So Jeremy Heitkamp from St. Benedict comes in relief of Joe Becker. Becker gave up 3 runs on 5 hits. He struck out 6. A hard hit ball is fair, just inside the line. Rounding second and heading for third. A leadoff triple. Sliding in safely is Panning. What a beautiful throw out of the corner on the relay, but Panning is safe with a leadoff triple. What a shot to the corner and right.
Leadoff triple brings up the left fielder, number 32, Matt Mann.
So Matt Mann comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 3. So as I was saying, Becker, 5 hits, 3 runs, 6 strikeouts. And he's replaced by Heitkamp from St. Benedict. This one driven over the third baseman Becker's glove and bobbled in left by O'Neill, heading for 2 and coming in safely, and the RBI is Mann. So Panning scores to make it 4-0. Young America with the hot bats here to start the 6th. E7, so it'll be a single with an error, puts Mann on second as Rock Whitaker comes to the plate. He walked twice and scored 2 runs, so he's actually officially 0 for 1 with a fly out to left, 2 walks, and 2 runs scored. And he swings at the first offering. Nobody out here, bottom of 6, 7 hits for Young America. 2 of them off the new pitcher, Jeremy Heitkamp. This one popped up on the right side. Steinhoff in foul territory reaches up and makes the catch. Mann will stay at second. 1 away here, bottom 6. That'll bring Rickaby, the catcher, to the plate.
Number 6, the catcher, Hunter Rickaby.
Rickaby has reached all 3 times. He tripled a 2 RBI triple in the first. He walked in the third. He reached third on a single and 2 errors back in the 5th. Actually, it might have been just 2 errors. I don't think it was a single. But it was an RBI. He's got 3 ribbies in the game. An unconventional way to reach 3 times with 3 runs batted in and just 1 hit, and it was a triple. 1-0 the count. There's Heitkamp. Chases man back to second. Breaking ball misses for a ball, 2-0. Two-0 pitch inside on the inside corner for a strike. Four to nothing, 1 out here, runner on second. That pitch in the dirt, 3-1. To the catcher, Rickaby. That pitch, he called a strike, and he's thrown out at third. So Mann caught stealing third on a nice throw by Lee. So Rickaby now a full count with 2 outs and nobody on. Heitkamp from the windup. The payoff pitch. Hit to the right side. Steinhoff is there. He'll scoop and take it himself and step on first for out number 3. We head to the 7th inning. Young America adds another. They lead 4-0 here in Springfield on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Cardinals in the bottom of the 6th. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error.
Okay, sir. Can you give me your address? Yeah, we're at 1825 Eucalyptus Drive. Okay, can you spell that for me, sir? I'm going to drag her on over to Oak Street and you can pick her up.
We are so
Never gets old.
We're back here in Springfield. Best place to be, they say. I can't disagree with that. And it looks to me like we have a new pitcher on the mound for Young America. And again, we don't have any rosters. The printer ran out of ink here in the press box, so we'll have to wait and see who the new pitcher is for Young America. Dylan Whitaker pitched a beauty of a ball game. He went 6 innings, giving up just 2 hits.
Number 5, Dan Beckia.
5 strikeouts. And maybe it's not. I thought it was a new pitcher, but perhaps not. I think it is. Now Dylan Whitaker, whether he's in or out, has pitched a whale of a game. Beckius, the right fielder, at the plate now. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And the 1-2 pitch. Hit to right. Peters is under it to make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring Steinhoff to the plate.
Now batting, number 42, the first baseman, Dusty Steinhoff.
Steinhoff struck out back in the 2nd. He laid down a nice sacrifice bunt in the 5th inning.
that advanced Beckius over to second. He was ultimately stranded there. Swing and a miss, strike two. 0-2 the count now to the big first baseman, Steinhoff. And looking over in Milroy, a run scores in the top of the 12th. We'll keep you updated there. I believe that's Bluffton that scored the run. So 2-2 the count here with one away. Steinhoff, swing and a miss, strike three. So O'Neill, the 9-hitter, comes to the plate now with two away.
Number 17, Brady O'Neill.
Yeah, Bluffton, the Bluffton Braves lead Sartell Muskies 1-0, top of 12. Strike called. 0-2 now the count to O'Neill. So the winner of this game gets Bird Island tomorrow. Inside. 1-2 now the count to O'Neill. That one inside. 2-2 with two away. Strike three called. And Union Hill is down here in the 7th. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Young America leading 4-0.
Hey fans, it's time to stand up, stretch it out. It's time for baseball's national anthem. Take me out to the ball game. As long as you're up, now's a great time. It's getting a little chilly. Go grab a sweatshirt. They're on discount.
So just a quick update. That was Dylan Whitaker.
Milroy.
As we get the
Bluffton
update.
Scored in the top of the 12th, so they lead 1-0 going to the bottom of the 12th. Sartell needs to get a run to keep her going.
So Young America now coming to the plate. And Whitaker still in the game. So my apologies for that. As I said, we don't have a roster here. They don't have a copy machine that works. It's been working, but just went out today. So they had number 27 Whitaker written. It's number 29. That's who it was. So beg your pardon. It's still Whitaker in the game. Young America now batting here in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Panning, the DH, leading off. He's got 3 strikeouts today, 0 for 3. But his team up 4-0 as Jeremy Heitkamp, a draftee from St. Benedict, is on the mound. So Bluffton and Sartell 1-0. Bluffton leading in the bottom of the 12th. The winner gets St. Patrick's tomorrow at noon in Milroy. The winner of this game between Young America and Union Hill gets Bird Island tomorrow at 3 in Milroy. 3-1 the count to Panning. This one hit to the right side in front of Beckius. It'll land for a leadoff single by Panning. So he's now 1 for 4, a nice hit after a couple of strikeouts for the DH. That'll bring Lenz, the first baseman, to the plate.
Brings up the first baseman, Number 24, Josh Lenz.
So Josh Lenz is 1 for 2. He singled, he struck out, he walked, and he's got a stolen base. Nice line for the first baseman. He's also made a couple of nice grabs over in foul territory. Defensively for Young America, here he lays down a bunt. Heitkamp up and throws to first. Steinhoff is there for out number 1. A sacrifice bunt for Lenz. Add that to his resume here tonight. And Young America has a runner on second with 1 away, and Peters coming to the plate.
Brings up the right fielder, number 42, Cole Peters.
Peters had a fly ball catch back in the last inning. This one bounced off the plate and foul. Oh, 1 the count now to Peters. With Panning, the DH on second. 1 away here, bottom 7. Strike 2 called. 0-2. 1-0 final, Bluffton. This just in from Milroy. Bluffton winning in 12 innings, 1-0 over Sartell. So they advance. They are the 7th team to move on to the quarterfinals. They get St. Pat's tomorrow at noon. Quick turnaround for Bluffton. Driven to center. Geeson under it, moving slightly to his left, and he'll tuck it away for out number 2. Panning forced to stay at second, and now we go to the 9-hitter Pistolka, who was hit in a helmet in his last at-bat. So Bluffton moves on with a 12-inning, 1-0 win over Sartell. Bird Island advanced earlier today here in Springfield with a 1-0, 13-inning victory over Watkins. So Fairmont versus Buffalo, Cold Spring takes on Bemidji, Bluffton versus St. Pat's, and Bird Island gets the winner of our game here. Those will be your final 8. That pitch fouled back. 0-2 now to Pistolka, the shortstop. Jeremy Heitkamp, the draftee from St. Benedict, on the mound. Ahead in the count, 0-2 here of Pistolka. Blake, the shortstop, steps out, calling timeout. Runner on second is the DH, Barrett Panning. Heitkamp kicks and fires, high. Ball 1, 1-2. Bottom of 7, 2 outs, 1-2 count to the shortstop, Pistolka. This one's popped up to shallow center field and moving to our left and calling for, but dropping it is a shortstop, Berg. 1 run will score, and it's now 5-0 in Young America. A high ball and likely an error on the shortstop. It was indeed E6 is the call as Pistolka reaches on the error. He'll take it. He gets the RBI. As Panning scores, the DH comes across the plate. And it's now 5-0.
Number 4, Isaac Horman.
We head back to the top of the order now for Horman, the second baseman. He's 0 for 3 plus a walk. Pistolka on first. Lenz retired on a sac bunt. Peters flew out to center. It looked like Pistolka was going to fly out to shallow center. Bounced off the glove of Berg. Throw back to first, not in time. And we're back to the number 1 hitter, Isaac Horman, the second baseman. He reached on a walk in the second inning, was stranded there. Timeout called. 1-0 the count now. Relief pitcher Jeremy Heitkamp, a draftee from St. Benedict, in to pitch now for Union Hill. He's in his second inning of work. Runner goes, Pistolka. The throw from Lee is high and not in time. Stolen base for Pistolka. And now a runner on second with 2 down for Young America as they lead 5-0 here, bottom 7. Timeout called as Heitkamp tosses in for a new ball. 8 hits for Young America, just 2 for Union Hill. That pitch high. 2-1 the count. 2 outs here, bottom 7. Blake Pistolka, the shortstop, at second. Reached on an error, drove in a run, and stole a base. That pitch in there for a strike. That'll even the count at 2-2. Isaac Horman, the second baseman, at the plate. The 2-2 pitch, driven to left. O'Neal over his head, and he reaches up. He can't make the catch. Pistolka comes around to score. Rounding second and holding up there will be Horman with an RBI double to make it 6-0 Young America. A solid drive over Brady O'Neal's head, and Horman's RBI double makes it 6-0 with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And Adam Kostechka comes out to relieve Heitkamp. We'll have a new pitcher coming in for Union Hill here in the bottom of the 7th. So Luke Swaber now pitching for Union Hill, number 18. He replaces Jeremy Heitkamp, the draftee from St. Benedict.
Final from Milroy. Bluffton defeats Sartell 1-0 in 12 innings. So we've got 7 of our final 8 teams. Winner of this game makes our 8. Now pitching for Union Hill, number 18, Luke Swaber.
Bryce Panning, the center fielder, up next for Young America. He's had a busy day at the plate. He's reached all 4 times. He has 1 walk, and he's 3 for 3. He's got a stolen base, a triple.
Now batting for the Cardinals.
And he also singled.
Number 25, Bryce Panning.
So quite a day at the plate for the center fielder, Panning. Now he's facing Swaber with a runner on second and 2 outs here, bottom 7. Takes the first pitch tight. Isaac Horman on second after the RBI double on the rope to left field.
That pitch misses outside for the ball, 2-0. 9 hits on the board for Young America. Just 2 for the Bulldogs of Union Hill. That one low and away. 3-0 the count. Dylan Whitaker, the starting pitcher, still in the game for Young America. At least he was through 7 innings. That's well outside. A 4-pitch walk to start the game for Luke Zwaber. And Panning reaches on a walk, his second of the game.
That brings up
and Matt Mann,
the left fielder. Matt Mann.
Matt Mann tripled and scored a run back in the 6th inning. No, excuse me, he singled, did not score a run, I beg your pardon. Looking at the wrong line here. So Matt Mann singled, actually got caught trying to steal third back in the 6th inning. Now he takes a strike, 1-1 the count, 2 outs, runners on first and second in Panning and Horman. 6-0, Young America, the Cardinals leading. This one hit to left, O'Neill chasing, he's back, it's in the gap and in his glove. A nice running catch by Brady O'Neill to retire the Cardinals here in the 7th. But they add 2 more, and it's now 6-0 as we head to the 8th inning here in Springfield on PrepSpotlight.tv. Back here in Springfield.
Shortstop, number 7, Nathan Berg.
Back to the top of the order for Berg. Union Hill in need of some runs. Dylan Whitaker still dealing for Young America. First pitch popped up. Catcher Rickaby calling for it, and he makes the catch in foul territory for out number 1. So now Jacob Becker, the second baseman, singled back in the 3rd inning.
Baseman Jacob Becker.
He's 1 for 3 on the day. Dylan Whitaker now through 7 1/3 innings. He's got 6 strikeouts unofficially, giving up no runs on 2 hits. He's ahead in the count now, 0-1. That one's in the dirt, 1-1. Strike 2 called, 1-2 now. Popped up, fouled back. 1-2 with 1 away here. Top 8. Becker digs in. The righty winds up and delivers. Breaking ball hit him in the elbow. No. I think to say it hit his bat, perhaps. Or maybe time was called. No, it wasn't. It's called a ball. So it's 2-2. 3-2 now. The count is full with one out. Jacob Becker, the second baseman, waits the payoff pitch, drives it to left. It's curling foul. The count remains full with one out. Top 8. The number 2 hitter in the order. Fouls it off. Count remains full. As Young America looks to punch their ticket to the quarterfinals. The winner here gets St. Pat's tomorrow in Milroy. Excuse me, gets Bird Island tomorrow in Milroy. Hit to the left side. Pistolka is there. He boots it off the glove, rounding first and heading to second, but now he retreats. And a hit or an error, we'll see. I'm guessing E6 on that play. We'll look up at the scoreboard here.
Number 33, Joe Becker.
So Becker comes to the plate with one out and one on, and an error up on the board. So E6 for Becker. Jacob Becker, that is. This is the starting pitcher of the game for Union Hill, Joe Becker. He's 0 for 3 so far tonight. He's the designated hitter now in the lineup. Picks a ball 1-1. One and two the count. Whitaker dealing to Joe Becker. In the dirt. Runner starts to go, now heads back to one. It's in right field. But Jacob Becker might have got some dirt in his eye. Kind of slow to get up. Just a ball then on the play. So Whitaker with 7 strikeouts. I said 6. He has 7 strikeouts. I just had to check with the scorekeeper. Strike 3 called. Make that 8 for Whitaker. Out on the mound for Young America, Dylan Whitaker with 8 strikeouts.
Brings up the catcher.
And now
Number
Nate
11,
Lee comes to the plate.
Lee.
He has a strikeout. He was hit by a pitch. And then part of a fielder's choice 6-4 put out back in the 6th inning. Now he's on the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. Curveball, strike 1. Just after 9 o'clock here in southern Minnesota, a beautiful night for baseball. We played 3, nearly through 3. 7-5. Bird Island defeated Watkins earlier. Or excuse me, Fairmont defeated Jordan 7-5. Bird Island winners over Watkins 1-0 in 13 innings. And then we had another marathon over in Milroy, a 12-inning game with Bluffton winners over Sartell. This one to Peters in right. And he'll squeeze it and put it away for out number 3. Another strikeout on the board for Whitaker. He now has 8.
1 error and 1 left on base.
So another runner left on for
Young America 6.
Union Hill. That's 7 left on. They trail 6-0 as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Young America coming to bat next here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Don't miss out. Something might be sold out that you really want, so don't miss this opportunity. Make sure you stop by the concession stand. They got lots of great stuff up there. They'll take care of you. Thank you so much for picking up and making sure things get into the appropriate receptacles, garbage and recycling. And again, thank you so much to all the volunteers here at Riverside Park throughout this state tournament. We couldn't do it without you.
Back here in Springfield, Ryan Phelps on PrepSpotlight.tv. Pleased to have you with us. Taking a look at the lineup tomorrow here in Springfield at noon in the quarterfinals. It'll be Fairmont versus Buffalo. At 3 o'clock, Cold Spring versus Bemidji. The winners of those two teams, those two games, play here at 6 o'clock tomorrow night in the semifinals. At noon tomorrow in Milroy, Bluffton versus St. Pat's. At 3 o'clock, Bird Island versus the winner of this game. Those two winners move on to the semifinals in Milroy tomorrow at 6 o'clock. The championship is Monday, Labor Day, September 7th, here in Springfield, a 1 o'clock start, and I'm honored to have the call for you here on PrepSpotlight.tv. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Young America.
The 8th for the Cardinals, third baseman, number 20, Rock Whitaker.
It'll be Rock Whitaker coming to the plate now. He has 2 walks and 2 runs scored. He's also got a fly out to left and 1 to first base. So he's officially 0 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored. This one driven hard to the gap in left center field. Extra bases as Whitaker rounds first, heading for second, and he'll stand up with a leadoff double here in the 8th. A rocket shot to the fence in left center field for Rock Whitaker. And that'll bring Rickaby, Hunter Rickaby, the catcher, to the plate. But a meeting at the mound first around Luke Zwaber, and Zwaber will exit. So a leadoff double for Whitaker, and Rickaby will face the next pitcher. We'll see who that is.
Now pitching for Union Hill.
Here's a change.
Number 7, Nathan Berg.
Jack Geeson at
enters
short.
the game at shortstop, number 13.
Berg, the starting shortstop, now will pitch for Union Hill. The runner on second is Rock Whitaker, a leadoff double to the gap in left center field. Hunter Rickaby, the catcher, will face Berg as the first batter for the new Union Hill pitcher. Bottom of the 8th, nobody out. Berg can bring some heat.
Pinch runner at second base, number 16, Xander Monroe.
And Monroe is the pinch runner for Whitaker. Fouled back. 1-1 the count.
Now batting the catcher, number 6, Hunter Rickaby.
Young America at the plate, leading 6-0, a runner on second. Nobody out here, bottom 8. That pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. 1-2 the count. Berg checks the runner at second. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away here, bottom 8. First strikeout in his first batter for Berg. And that'll bring Barrett Panning to the plate. The designated
hitter, number 3, Barrett Panning.
3 strikeouts, then a single on a sharp hit to right. And he scored a run back just in the last inning in the 7th. Fouled back, strike 1. Whitaker started the, Rock Whitaker started the inning with a leadoff double to the gap in left center field. Xander Monroe, his pinch runner, stands on second. Rickaby strikes out. So Panning is at the plate and gets strike 2 thrown by him. So 0-2 the count now with 1 away here, bottom 8. Young America looking to punch their ticket to the the quarterfinals tomorrow. This one popped up on the right side. Steinhoff giving chase, looks over his head, but it drops in foul territory and just a loud strike. 0-2 the count. So as I was saying, Young America looking to punch their ticket to the quarterfinals tomorrow. Bird Island awaits the winner of this one. And the 0-2 pitch, breaking balls, and he did go. It was high, but he went. Strike 3 called. And Josh Lenz comes to the plate, the first baseman.
Number 24, the first baseman, Josh Lenz.
So 4 strikeouts for Panning tonight. Lenz, a walk, a single, a strikeout, and a sac bunt. A little bit of everything, and a stolen base. No runs scored, though, for Lenz. He's had some nice plays in the field, particularly in foul territory. He had a sliding catch early in the game that was beautiful. And he takes a first pitch ball from Berg. 1-0 the count, 2 outs. Monroe on second, pinch running for Whitaker. Low and away, ball 2. Two and all the count. Popped up, and this one will curl out of play. We've got a guy in the stands here, it looks like. It looks like he's okay. He's got 12 ounces to cool him off. Yeah, he's fine. Maybe a bruised ego, but no worse for the wear. 2-1 now to Lenz. 2 outs with a runner on second here, bottom 8. In the dirt, 3-1 now. Young America at the plate looking to add to their lead, already up 6-0. 2 runs in the first, and then 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The count is full now. No runs so far here in the 8th. Berg. Timeout called. Nathan Berg on the mound in relief for Union Hill. He started the game at shortstop. Now Jack Geeson playing short. That pitch high and a ball, and it got away from the catcher, Lee. So Monroe trots over to third on the pass ball. And we've got runners at the corners. And Peters, the right fielder, coming to the plate.
Number 42, Cole Peters.
Peters 0 for 4 with a strikeout a ground out and 2 pop outs or fly outs. Takes a first pitch strike. Monroe at third, Lenz at first. Lenz goes on the hit and run. It's fouled off. So 2 strikes on Peters. Runners on the corners. Lenz slides back safely. With the 0-2 pitch, Lenz goes, but strike 3 on Peters, and Young America is down here in the 8th. They leave 2 on 1 hit. We head to the 9th inning with a 6-0 lead. Young America on top, Union Hill down to 3 outs. What can they do in the 9th? We'll see next here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Young America leads 6-0.
Back here in Springfield. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Ryan Phelps on PrepSpotlight.tv. Hayden Meyer in the pitch for Young America, trying to close this one out here in the 9th inning. His Cardinals leading 6-0. Dylan Whitaker, 8 innings pitched, no runs, 2 hits. His team had 1 error behind him. He finished with 8 strikeouts. A wonderful outing for starting pitcher Dylan Whitaker. Union Hill down to their last 3 outs.
Now pitching for Young America, number 1, Hayden Meyer. Leading off for Bulldogs, center fielder, number 4, Adam Geeson.
So Geeson, 0 for 2. He reached on a fielder's choice. He's got a stolen base in the game, but 2 flyouts, both of them in the infield, 1 to first, 1 to short. And he'll lead off here for the Bulldogs in the first inning. He takes the first pitch ball. Meyer's second pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 now to the leadoff hitter here in the 9th, Geeson.
Wait till after the pitch so we don't block the camera.
That one's inside, 2-2. Hayden Meyer coming in to try to finish this off for the Cardinals. Outside, 3-2. And he's got a full count going to his first batter, the center fielder Adam Geeson. Hit down the left side, scooped up by Whitaker. The long throw is in time. 1 out here in the 9th. And a pinch hitter coming to the plate.
Pitch hitter, number 23, Zach Dubanowski.
Zach Dubanowski batting for Union Hill with 1 away here, top of the 9th. First pitch of ball.
Myers breaking ball. Nice pitch across the plate, 1-1. With one out here, top 9. This one fouled off. 2 strikes now. Off the hamburger stand. 1-2 now as Hayden Meyer, the relief pitcher, in his first inning of work, kicks and fires. Foul back. Count stays 1-2. Beckius in the on-deck circle, the right fielder. That one's in the dirt, 2-2. And it looks like they've got a pinch hitter behind Beckius should they need him. There's one out on the 2-2 pitch, driven down the left field line, foul. One spot remains in the quarterfinals tomorrow. Bird Island is waiting for their opponent. Young America could close it out here. They lead 6-0. Hit to the left side, to the shortstop. Pistolka up with the throw, and it's in time. 2 down, and Union Hill is down to their final out.
Right fielder, number 5, Dan Beckius.
Beckius singled back in the 5th inning. He walked back in the 2nd, flew out to right in the 7th. He's 1 for 2. And he's the last hope for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 9th. They trail by 6. First pitch just below the knees for a ball, 1-0. That one catches the outside corner, 1-1. 2 strikes left for Union Hill. Strike 2 called, and the Bulldogs are down to their final strike. Dylan Whitaker, the starting pitcher, threw 8 innings and a gem. Hayden Meyer comes in relief. The bouncer up the middle. Pistolka, the scoop. No, he will not. Oh, maybe he does. He does make the throw. What a play to finish the game by Pistolka. He bobbled it. He stuck with it. And 6-0 is your final. We've got our final 8 as Young America advances on the 6-3 putout. We'll listen to the PA announcer.
Congratulations to both teams for being here on the final weekend of the state tournament.
Well, we'll do our final 8 ourselves as Young America advances with a 6-0 win. So tomorrow here in Springfield, it'll be Fairmont versus Buffalo. That's at noon. At 3 o'clock, Cold Spring versus Bemidji. The winners move on to the semifinals at 6 o'clock. Young America advances, so they fill out the bottom half of the bracket. At noon, it'll be Bluffton versus St. Pat at noon in Milroy. At 3 o'clock, Bird Island versus Young America. The winners move on to the 6 o'clock semifinal. So we're down to our final 8. The championship is in Springfield, right here in Springfield on Monday at 1 o'clock. What a great game for starting pitcher Dylan Whitaker. He goes 8 innings, striking out 8. He gave up just 2 runs. He gave up no runs on just 2 hits. He got the offense he needed from his team. The Cardinals put up 6 for the 6-0 final as Hayden Meyer closes things out with 3 ground ball putouts here in the top of the 9th inning to retire Union Hill. So the final 8, Fairmont, Buffalo, Cold Spring, Bemidji, Bluffton, St. Patrick's, Bird Island, and now Young America. That'll do it for our coverage from here. We'll be back with more tomorrow in both Milroy and Springfield with a couple of state quarterfinal games at noon and 3 o'clock. The semifinals are at 3. The semifinals are at 6. The championship on Monday at 1 o'clock. Alex Berg has been our photographer. Technical support from Zach Schuster. Our executive producer is Andy Price. From all of us here in Springfield, at PrepSpotlight.tv. My name is Ryan Phelps, saying so long from Springfield, Minnesota. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the quarterfinals. Good night, everyone.
The 2020 Class C Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.